Hey there, my fishing friends, and welcome back to the channel. It's your fishing buddy ready to dive deep into the waters and give you the lowdown on what to expect for our upcoming fishing adventure. Today we're talking about Monday, the 22nd of September, 2025. Now, why is this day special for fishing in our amazing Canadian waters, particularly around the Great Lakes region? Well, get ready, because this period is a true transitional sweet spot, where autumn whispers bring a whole new level of fish activity, but also some dynamic conditions that will test your angler's intuition. I'm going to share some insider tips that will definitely put more fish on your line, so stick around. All right, let's talk about the stars of the show for this day. Based on what the fish are telling us and the current conditions, we've got some fantastic opportunities for Chinook and Coho Salmon, Smallmouth Bass, and Walleye. These are the species that are really getting active, and here's how to tackle them. First up, Chinook and Coho Salmon, the kings and queens of the fall run. Where to find them? My friends, this is prime time for their migratory journey. Look for them in the tributaries of Lake Ontario like the Credit River or the Ganaraska River, especially after any significant rain. The cooler water temperatures and increased flow trigger their upstream movement. They'll be staging at river mouths and making their way upstream. Focus on deeper pools, current seams, and areas with underwater structure where they might rest. On what to catch them? For those still in the lake, trolling with large spoons, flasher fly combinations, or J-plugs in depths of 50 to 100 feet can be highly effective. Once they hit the rivers, drifting roe bags, skein, or even brightly colored artificial eggs under a float will be your best bet. A medium-heavy rod with a good quality spinning or bait casting reel is essential to handle these powerful fighters. Next, let's talk about our feisty smallmouth bass. Where to find them? As water temperatures continue to cool, smallmouth bass will be schooling up and moving to rocky shorelines, reefs, and main lake points in shallower to mid-depth waters before they retreat to deeper wintering spots. They're packing on the feed bag, so they'll be aggressive. Look for them around drop-offs and transition areas where they can ambush baitfish. On what to catch them? Crankbaits, jerkbaits, tube jigs, and soft plastics like Senkos or creature baits rigged on a jig head will be deadly. Colors like green pumpkin, brown, or crayfish patterns are usually winners. Try slow-rolling spinnerbaits or casting small swim baits around rocky outcrops. And for our third target, the delicious walleye. Where to find them? Walleye tend to move to deeper waters in the fall, but they will be actively feeding near rocky structures, drop-offs, and humps. This is when they really start to gorge. Early mornings and evenings will be key, but with cloudy conditions they might be more active throughout the day. On what to catch them? Jigging with minnows or night crawlers on a jig head, slow trolling with deep diving crankbaits, or using a bottom bouncer rig with a crawler harness are all excellent choices. Look for areas where baitfish are congregating, as walleye won't be far behind. Now let's break down the conditions for Monday the 22nd of September 2025. The weather forecast for the Toronto area, which gives us a good indication for much of southern Ontario, predicts a high temperature of around 25 degrees Celsius, that's 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and a low of about 13 degrees Celsius, or 55 degrees Fahrenheit, overnight. It's expected to be cloudy with a 30% chance of showers throughout the day and night. We might also see some stronger winds, potentially around 25 miles per hour, on Lake Ontario. What does this mean for the fish? The cloudy conditions can be a blessing, allowing fish to be more active throughout the day, not just at dawn and dusk. The chance of rain, while perhaps uncomfortable for us, can really get those salmon moving upstream. However, that potentially strong wind could make boat control and presentation challenging, especially on larger bodies of water, so stay safe out there. As for the water temperature in Lake Ontario, we're looking at an average of around 20 degrees Celsius, or 68 degrees Fahrenheit, for this time of year, with individual forecasts for the 22nd showing anywhere from 17 to 20 degrees Celsius, or 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. This cooling trend from the summer highs is fantastic, It signals to many species, like the bass and walleye, that it's time to feed aggressively before the colder winter months. This is also what's prompting the salmon to begin their migration. And the moon phase for Monday, the 22nd of September, 2025. It's a waxing crescent with very little illumination, less than 2%. This phase is just a day or so after the new moon. Now, many anglers have their theories about moon phases. Some believe the period around a new moon, when the moon's gravitational pull is strongest, can trigger increased fish activity, even with low light. Others say the darker nights of a new moon period can make nocturnal feeders more active, as there's less moonlight to deter them. My experience tells me that while it's a factor, local weather and water conditions often play a more dominant role. So, summing it all up for Monday, the 22nd of September 2025, I'm giving the overall fishing a good to excellent rating, but with a note of capriciousness, due to the potentially strong winds and chance of showers. The cooler water temperatures are stimulating excellent feeding activity for many species, especially the migrating salmon. The cloudy skies should keep the fish active, but wind will be a significant factor. Target those salmon in the rivers and bass and walleye in the lakes. Be prepared for changing conditions and you'll have a fantastic day. All right, my fellow anglers, that's the forecast for the 22nd of September. I hope this helps you plan your next trip and put some magnificent fish in your net. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this useful, subscribe for more fishing forecasts and tips, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to lures for fall salmon? Or what's your favorite cool weather base tactic? Let's share our knowledge. Until next time, stay safe out there, respect the waters, and tight lines, everyone. Good luck, and may you have no tail, no scales.